7 years ago, I was working as a nurse in the hospital, and now I make multiple six figures a year as a senior DevOps engineer, and it all came down to one decision, which is to change my career to tech. In this video, I'm going to share the 5 reasons why this has changed my life completely, and the 5th one is the one that nobody talks about. So let's get going. Now, the first reason that we're going to talk about is the money. This is not the only reason why I got into tech, but it's an important reason. I was raised in a poor family. I never had any money. And when I was 32 years old, I had 3 different careers, no financial security at all. I had no pension built up, and I had maybe a couple of €1,000 in savings. So at that point, I had spent a few years in a Buddhist monastery. I had a lot of time to think about what I was going to do. And I realized that I really needed to get my life together if I was going to get some security in my life, financial security. So like deep down inside, I am a minimalist. I don't care about material possessions. I don't drive a fancy car now that I'm financially successful or anything like that. But what I do care about is financial security. And many people are afraid of talking about money or thinking about money. But I think it's an important thing, not because of the amount of money that you make, but what it allows you to do, right? And I sleep a lot better now knowing that I have enough money to last me for multiple years. So that has given me some calm and peace in my life that I didn't have before. So money doesn't make you happy, but it is important. When I was a nurse, I was making maybe €25 an hour. And now, as a senior DevOps engineer doing freelance work, I'm charging €130 an hour. And I'm not saying this to brag or anything like that. I just want to show you what is possible if you put your mind to it. And all of this has been made possible by me making that one decision, which was to learn the tech skills and change my career to it and start building from there. And now the second reason is location freedom. So I used to work in the hospital, so you had to go there every day. I had to work night shifts. I had to be at a certain place at a certain time, following a schedule. And while I was working in the hospital, I saw these people on Instagram working from camper vans or in Bali or whatever. And I thought, that's what I want. I want to be able to work from anywhere. So when I first got my first junior job, I was not working remotely, right? This is something that you work towards. But now I've been fully remote for several years. Now I'm even an independent contractor, so I have no boss telling me where I should go or where I should be. To me, it gives me so much freedom because after a few years, I saved up enough money to buy a modest camper van, and now I'm spending many months a year traveling around Europe in my van while making 6 figures a year from the road. And this, to me, is ultimate freedom. But it's not just about being on the road, it's also about the ability to work in your own environment and have complete control over your schedule, right? So I get a lot of satisfaction out of the fact that I can go to the gym in the middle of the day. I have control over the structure of my day. I can sit in my own office with my perfect setup, with the right keyboard, with no people around me. And whenever I feel like it, if it matches with what I'm doing for the client, I can go to the gym, or I can go and have lunch, or go and take a break. Like, I have that freedom in my schedule, and I didn't have that as a nurse. Then there was a fixed break time. At this point, you can be away for a minute. And I used to spend many hours a week commuting, and now I don't have to go anywhere. So I save a lot of time. I'm in my own environment, and I can even work from the road. It doesn't really get better than that. Now, real quick, if you enjoy this video or any other of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. It's a completely free way to support me. But each of these videos cost me $700 to produce. I have editors that I have to pay. I have to pay for designers and everything. So it actually is a high cost for me to produce these videos. So please, it's a free way to support the channel by just subscribing, and it really helps me out. Thank you so much. The third reason is the mental challenge of having a technical career. And what I mean by that is when I was working as a nurse, like after a few years, you kind of know the routines, you kind of know what to do. And there wasn't much more intellectual development anymore. Like, human bodies don't change, but the tech industry is changing every single day. So when you do get a tech career, you're also implicitly committing to keeping yourself up to date, because if you don't, then you're going to be obsolete in 10 years or so. So that's very important that you are aware of when you change your career to tech, it is expected of you to spend some free time keeping up to date with things, experimenting with things, and building your home lab. But this is what I like. Like, I enjoy learning new things, and especially in the field of DevOps, there is something new every single week. There's always a new tool to learn, a new method to try out, new programming language to try out, and I love it. This is what I love about this, because I never get bored again. I get to intellectually challenge myself every single day, and this has really given me a lot of satisfaction in my career. The fourth reason applies to DevOps specifically. I chose the DevOps path. I'm a senior DevOps engineer, and that has required me to get a very broad skill set. And the advantage of this is, because I have such a broad skill set, I completely understand the software lifecycle from code or even idea in a software engineer's mind to application running in production. And because you understand everything that's between that, when AI came around, the DevOps engineers were very easily able to slide into that very easily, because we understand the infrastructure layer and we understand workflows and methodologies and process optimization. All of this stuff that you normally work with software engineering teams to make things more efficient, well, now this can be applied to AI workflows as well. So I find that a lot of my skill set is transferable when I'm working with AI implementations. And the second thing is AI infrastructure. I specialized on Kubernetes, and the CNCF went out and said that Kubernetes is the de facto operating system for AI. Now, we all know that trillions of dollars are being invested in data centers right now. Elon Musk is even going to build data centers in space, and all of this stuff is going to be running on Kubernetes. So if you want to get a tech job, then Kubernetes is the skill to learn. This is what I did, and I have an overflow of work and clients for me, and that is why I make such good money. And just to give you a quick overview of what you can expect when you get a tech career, and in this case specifically DevOps, a Kubernetes job, the average minimum salary of a Kubernetes role is $141,000 a year. If you check out SRE, this is $205,000 a year. And DevOps engineer in the US is median total compensation is around $150K. Cloud engineer is also around the same level. So Kubernetes is often seen as this place to run containers, which is one use case for it. But what people don't realize is that everything AI is actually being run and trained on Kubernetes. Go to chatgpt.com right now, type in something in the chat, and that request is sent to a Kubernetes cluster with a model being served from a Kubernetes cluster and a model that was trained on a Kubernetes cluster. So let me give you a practical example why DevOps engineers can slide into AI so easily. I have been helping people land DevOps jobs for over 2 years now, and I do that by having coaching calls with them. Now, I have taken 2 years of coaching calls, plus all of the years of YouTube videos I've created, plus everything that has been shared in the KubeCraft community, and build that into a body of knowledge that my paid students can use. So if I go here and I say, what is the best Linux distro, then this is going to answer based on the answers that I always give to my paid students. So the answer here is, it really depends on what you're trying to achieve. This is a really good answer. If you're looking to actually learn Linux specifically to build those foundational skills needed for a DevOps career, I've always said that Arch Linux is the best distribution. And this is completely true. And then it gives the explanation and where all of this teaching is located, so my students can go and re-watch those coaching calls, for example. Now, this is running on my server that is standing right here on my own GPU. There's no OpenAI involved. There's nothing going to an external service that has control over my data. No, this is all running on my own sovereign infrastructure. And I was able to create this from scratch super easily because I understand software, I understand code, and I understand infrastructure. And this is why DevOps is such a good path to choose in this age of AI, in my opinion. Real quick, if you're interested in landing a DevOps career, I have a full DevOps career blueprint that you can get completely for free by checking out the link in the description. It contains over 16 hours of premium video course content that usually is only reserved for my paid students. But because I want to help as many people as possible, I'm giving it away for free right now. So there's a link in the description that you can find. It's my gift to you. Just enter your details and it will spit it right back to you. Check it out. It's completely for free. If you want a DevOps career, this is the place to start. And the fifth reason is digital sovereignty. So when friends come over to my house and they check out my home lab and they see what I work with every day on the command line, and they see all of these applications that I've built and I'm hosting myself, they see me as some kind of wizard. And you have to understand that the average person is very far away in terms of understanding of technology from a senior DevOps engineer. And I'm not saying that I am somehow better than anyone else in this way. It's just that there is a difference in competence and understanding of technology. And I truly believe that having technology skills, having tech skills in 2026 is magic. This is the real magic where you can build, you can make stuff appear out of nothing. If you have an idea in your head, you can create it now, even especially with AI. And this ability has allowed me to cancel over a dozen of subscription services already. Like I'm just using self-hosted applications. And if I can't find a self-hosted application, I literally use AI to build it myself. And if you consider how few people in the grand scheme of things are actually able to do this, you start to realize that this is something very special. And this is also why we're paid so well. And another aspect of this is the control and sovereignty of my own data. So I am gathering all sorts of data about myself using my Whoop and using my Oura ring. I track how many calories I eat, all of this stuff, and all sorts of health metrics. And I'm storing all of that in my own databases. And I'm running programs and analytics on that because I like to know. I'm geeking out on this stuff. I don't want to be sending all of that stuff to other companies, right? The same with my media usage. Like if I am listening to an audiobook, I don't want them to come at me and target me with like, oh, you should be reading this. I don't want that. I want to be in charge of that. So I pay for my books. I pay for my audiobooks. I have an Audible subscription, but I choose to run this in Audiobookshelf instead, for example. So I am in complete control of everything that's running on my machine and where this data is going. And that is something that gives me a lot of satisfaction, and like sovereignty is the key word in my life. I want to have control over the software that I run, over the daily routine that I have. I want to have control over where I work, who I work with, and what I do for my work, which clients I choose, which technology I choose. That is the definition of sovereignty for me. And all of that has been enabled by learning all of these tech skills. To me, having tech skills is true magic. And if you're able to command magic, if you are able to create things out of nothing, you also have power. And all of this power leads to sovereignty. So this is the biggest reason why I wouldn't want to go back. I'm learning so much still every single day. And I absolutely love the way I am able to live my life right now because of all of the sovereignty aspects of my tech career. So if you also want this tech career, check out the free DevOps career blueprint that is linked in the description below. It contains over 16 hours of premium video course material that my paid students pay thousands of dollars for, and I'm giving it to you for free because I want to help as many people as possible landing these tech jobs and learning these skills. It's my gift to you. Check out the link in the description and you can get it completely for free. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.